Have you ever looked at a really thriving nonprofit and wondered what separates them from one that's just struggling to stay afloat? It's usually not just about money or luck. There's a system, a kind of engine that the best organizations use to create momentum that's almost unstoppable. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how that engine works. If you lead a nonprofit, I bet this feels painfully familiar. That feeling of constantly pushing. Pushing for volunteers, for donations, for engagement. It's like you're on a treadmill, right? You're putting in all this incredible effort, but you're not really moving forward. But what if you could get off that treadmill? What if you could build something that starts to power itself? All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll introduce this powerful new engine for your nonprofit. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of its 4 stages. After that, we're going to get super practical and figure out why your engine might be broken. We'll also look at what the journey to real momentum looks like, and we'll wrap up by helping you find your organization's exact sticking point. Okay, so this solution to the nonprofit treadmill, it's a concept called the community flywheel. Let's dig into what that actually is. I want you to picture a huge, heavy metal flywheel. To get it moving for that very first turn, it takes a massive push. It's slow, it's grueling, you're putting your whole body into it. But the second push, it's a little easier. And the third is even easier. Before you know it, the wheel's own momentum is doing most of the work for you. That is a community flywheel. It's a system where every single bit of energy you put in gets stored and compounded until it creates this self-perpetuating cycle of energy for your mission. So how does this engine actually work? Well, it's powered by 4 key stages. And the beautiful part is that they all feed directly into one another, creating this amazing virtuous cycle. It all kicks off with engagement. Get that right, and it leads to retention. When you have strong retention, that naturally drives funding. And that funding, when you combine it with your community, creates incredible impact. Now here's the magic trick. That impact then fuels new engagement, starting the whole cycle over again, but this time it's spinning faster. Okay, let's zoom in on stage 1. Engagement isn't just getting a like on social media. We're talking about meaningful participation. Somebody's actually showing up to volunteer, they're joining a committee, they're coming to an event. This is their first real test drive. And believe me, they are asking themselves some serious questions. Do I vibe with these people? Do we share the same values? Is this really worth my time? Your job is to make the answer to all of those a loud, clear yes. Now, if you nail engagement, you are in the next stage, retention. This is where people go from just showing up to truly belonging. They build real relationships, and your mission becomes part of their identity. And just look at the difference this makes. It's night and day. Community-driven orgs see over 70% of their people stick around for year 2. For transactional orgs, it's less than 30. That massive gap is the difference between a community and a crowd. And this feeling of belonging, it leads directly to our next stage, funding. See, when people feel like they're a real part of something, giving money is just a natural next step. They're not just donating to some faceless organization. They're investing in their community. And the numbers here are just wild. Community-first organizations get 40 to 60% of their entire budget from these engaged members. Traditional nonprofits, they're lucky to get 15%. Okay, so you've got a retained invested community. This is where you unlock the final and most powerful stage, scaled impact. And this isn't just about having more money to hire more staff. No. This is about empowering your community to deliver the mission themselves. This quote says it all perfectly. Your community becomes the engine for change, letting you scale your impact in ways a small staff never, ever could. Of course, building this flywheel isn't always a smooth ride. Let's be real. Most nonprofits get stuck somewhere along the way. The trick is knowing where you're stuck so you can fix it. So right now, we're going to put on our mechanic hats and diagnose the 4 most common ways this flywheel breaks down. The first breakdown is a classic, engagement without retention. You know the story. You have a huge turnout for an event, and you never see those people again. So what happened? Well, you created a transaction, not a relationship. To fix this, you have to be intentional. Invite them to something else fast, within a week. Give them a buddy to show them the ropes. Make it personal. Okay, broken wheel number 2, retention without funding. You've got this amazing, tight-knit group of volunteers who would do anything for the cause, but the bank account is empty. Usually, the problem is you're not connecting the dots for them, showing how their work leads to real impact. And let's be honest, you're probably scared to ask for money. The fix? Tell better stories. Show them where the money goes. And then just ask.
You'd be amazed at how willing an invested community is to give. This third one is a little sneaky. Funding without impact. The money's coming in, but your actual mission delivery feels flat. The problem here is almost always a mindset problem. Your staff sees the community as just supporters, not co-creators. They're hoarding the work. The fix is a cultural shift. You have to actively use your resources to empower your community members to take the lead. And finally, we have impact without visibility. Your community is doing amazing things, but growth has totally stalled. Why? Because no one outside your little bubble knows about it. You're not closing the loop. The fix is to turn your impact into your best marketing tool. Shout those success stories from the rooftops and make it super easy for someone who hears that story to say, wow, how can I help? That's what pours new energy right back into the top of the flywheel. Now, this is really important, so listen up. Building a flywheel is not an overnight thing. It is a journey, and it has predictable phases. Knowing what to expect is the key to not giving up when things get tough. The first 6 months, that's the cold start. It is all you. You're pushing that heavy wheel with every ounce of energy you have. It's exhausting. Then, from about month 6 to 18, you start to feel it. A little momentum, but it's still mostly you. And then you turn a corner. Somewhere between 18 and 36 months, the flywheel starts becoming self-sustaining. Your job shifts from doing all the work to guiding the work. And after about 3 years, you hit scale. Now you're a strategist, overseeing a system that's mostly running itself. All right, we've gone through the theory, the mechanics, the timeline. Now it's time to bring it all home. Let's figure out exactly where your nonprofit is on this journey. I want you to take a hard, honest look at this chart. Based on your real numbers for engagement, retention, funding, and impact, where do you fall? Are you at the no-wheel stage? Maybe you're broken at engagement plus retention, where you have a great community, but they aren't funding the mission. This is not about feeling bad. It's about diagnosis. Finding your spot on this chart tells you exactly what you need to fix next. So there you have it. We've just unpacked the entire system, the engine that separates the struggling nonprofits from the thriving ones. You have the blueprint. You know the stages, you know the common failures, and you know how to diagnose your own. So the only question that really matters is the one right there on your screen. Knowing everything you know now, if you could pour all your energy into fixing just one bottleneck to get your flywheels spinning faster, where would you start?